Cesar, you mentioned earlier the differences between labels and stages. Could you elaborate on that further?
That's your pipeline. Your pipeline is where they are from a nobody into the stages that track that transaction that are constantly flowing, that should constantly be moving. And the goal is to be moving them into close. Now, tags and labels, again, this is where I see this happen with a lot of agents. Because again, you do want to organize people in a certain way. You want to label, hey, these are all the people. Maybe again, I mentioned earlier, these are the people that had a bad phone number. So whatever it is that you're going to do with that, or these are all the people that live in this specific subdivision. These are all the people that are in the process of a divorce, whatever it may be. These are all of the blue-eyed contacts or whatever. Those are labels. Even here's one, even past clients, right? That's another mistake I see all the time. People using past client as a stage or as a pipeline. And that isn't really effective because a past client, yeah, you close the deal, but 6 months, a year from now, ideally, they're in another transaction, right? They could go hot again. So, past client is not a good stage in a pipeline. That is a tag or a label. Or some CRMs, if you're using Lofty, it used to be called groups. Now it's called segments. Um, follow-up bots, you can create smart lists and, whatever that may be. But again, that's a big mistake that I see is agents making stages that aren't really that aren't tracking the real estate transaction. It's really just a way to identify. So it is still important to label or tag or segment certain people out. Maybe there's a subset, a group of people that you send a specific postcard to. Maybe there's people that came to a specific event and you want to make sure that those people get the right content because they came out to an event. That's a tag or a label. These should never be mistaken with stages because those are not tracking the real estate transaction.
Yeah, absolutely. Basically there's different things that are happening when people are in different pipelines or different stages. And what we're talking about, like a past client is really an attribute, right? So
Yeah,
we talk, like, as an example, in Follow Up Boss, a smart list, you're probably going to want a smart list that identifies every past client that is in the cold stage or in the long-term nurture stage. They're not thinking about a transaction. They're not thinking of buying or selling, but you're going to be wanting to do different things with those past clients. As an example, you may basically, what you should be doing with your sphere of influence as well, anybody that already likes and trusts you, there should be a regular follow-up system with them where you're finding out what's going on with them, finding out who they might know that's looking to buy or sell, continuing to provide them value, so when the time does come that they're thinking of buying or selling, or they know somebody, you're top of mind.
Yeah, and again, you brought up your sphere of influence. That's perfect example. Another one, that's not a stage. I see that mistake happening all the time. That's a label because somebody in your sphere could be hot, they could be cold, they could be nothing, right? They could be not ready or anything. But that's the label is that their sphere, and like you said, that's specific content, that's specific verbiage that either you're going to be sending out content in an email or maybe a text, or when you call you have specific script you're going to use. You're not going to treat those people the same as an online lead, or especially not just a cold lead that you don't even know who they are, right? There is specific wording that you want to use when talking to your sphere, but sphere is not a stage. That's an attribute, just like you said. I like that.
I
um
think there's some fear about losing leads and sphere and past clients within their CRM and not
yeah.
understanding how you can quickly search for the tag or label to find those people and they won't be lost within your CRM.
And even better, you can know, again, could be search, it could be a smart list or whatever the CRM, there's all kinds of capabilities to align those people into one place. But even better, if you have that and you have the right stage, well, now you can actually go, instead of it just being 100 people that you're pulling up, oh, okay, there's 5 of them that just spoke to my ISA that indicated they are hot, right? Oh, there's 10 of them that said they want to do something in 6 months, right? So instead of it just being a whole big thing of 100 people in your, you can identify who is my sphere, and now what stage are they in towards the real estate transaction. Well, I'm going to focus on these hots, right?
That's right.
Now I know I don't have to call 100 people today. I only have to call 4 people today.